If you're striving to become an actor, rapper, singer, TV host, comedian, internet star, at some point in your career, you're gonna have to cross-dress. It doesn't matter if you're black, white, Hispanic, mixed, Indian, Japanese, Chinese, you're gonna have to cross-dress. So the first thing I did was think about what shows did I watch when I was a child. I watched Keenan and Kel. Look at this Good Burger. I watched that movie. I watched all that. I didn't know Nick Cannon dressed up as LaTanya. I didn't know that. I didn't know Keenan was dressed like that. You know, I don't remember that. And so I was watching Major Payne. And I'm like, okay, dang, I didn't even realize the Major was saying a lot of suspect stuff in this movie. But anyways, the kids supposedly came up with this idea to dress one of the boys up in a dress, have him laid up with the Major, take a picture to try to get the Major fired because they just tired of having him around, for those who haven't seen the movie. So anyways, the Major wakes up, looks at the boy and says this.
Hello, Betty.
Everybody starts screaming, running. They didn't forget to take the picture, okay? And so the next morning, the Major dresses them all up in a dress. Humiliate. Make someone feel ashamed and foolish by injuring their dignity and self-respect, especially publicly. What does it mean to humiliate someone? To reduce someone to a lower position in one's eyes or others' eyes. What is an example of humiliating? To hurt someone's pride or cause someone to feel extremely embarrassed. What does humiliation do to a person? Incidents and feelings of humiliation can both lead to serious mental health problems. Generalized anxiety and depression are common among people who have experienced public humiliation.
As far as this whole Will Smith shit, you feel me? Hey man, that nigga Michael Jackson, bro. You feel me? That nigga Michael Jackson, bro. That nigga set me up, bro. On everything I love, the nigga set me up, bro. You feel me? That nigga is tripping, bro. That nigga be on some other shit, my nigga. Like, straight the fuck up. What are you talking about, my nigga? You raped me as a kid, you bitch ass nigga. You raped me as a kid and you raped all my kids, nigga. And you still trying to motherfucking get away with the shit, nigga. What do you mean? I'm sitting right here, bitch.
X-Men director Bryan Singer allegedly met his accuser Michael Egan, then 15, in 1998 at a mansion in Encino, California. Tragically, that was a site of regular drug-fueled underage sex attacks and pedophilia. Michael Egan, who was 15 years old at the time, sued X-Men director and writer Bryan Singer for allegedly raping and molesting him. Egan describes a network of Hollywood homosexuals engaged in pedophilia. He stated that X-Men director Bryan Singer claimed that these gay men run Hollywood.
Had me over to the house of where these perpetrators in this ring kind of basically started. They'd pull me away for their threat sessions and tell me they have gaydar, they have this. At the end of the day, if you don't keep the members of this group happy, we control Hollywood, we can eliminate you, we will eliminate you. Threat after threat after threat. At the house it was, I've had drugs put in drinks. I had liquor poured down my throat from being where there were rules in the house of no swimsuits, no clothes out by the pool area.
According to court records, X-Men director and writer Bryan Singer, quote, flagrantly disregarded plaintiff's unwillingness to submit and forced plaintiff's head underwater to make plaintiff perform oral sex upon him. When plaintiff pulled his head out of the water in order to breathe, defendant Singer demanded that he continue, which plaintiff refused. The suit went on, quote, defendant Singer then forced plaintiff to continue performing oral sex upon him outside the pool and subsequently forcibly sodomized plaintiff, end quote.
You know, what Orlando Brown is saying about Michael Jackson and what he was also saying about Will Smith is true. You know, who's to say that Orlando Brown wasn't threatened and had to do things as a child because, you know, his parents weren't around? Nobody was going to stop it. And so I'm going over this picture and I'm like, okay, I see Chris Tucker. But the first one, I'm like, is that Charles Barkley? I was really kind of shocked. Like, I did not know Charles Barkley dressed up in drag. And I'm like, well, you know, I ain't never seen Shaq dress up as no woman. I'm like, well, I never seen Michael Jordan dressed up as a woman before. And I'm like, who is this? Okay, somebody playing basketball, Larry Johnson. And I'm like, I remember DeAndre Jordan did it. But I'm like, I don't ever remember LeBron dressing up in. Okay, I haven't seen that one. Okay, and I didn't know he dressed up as Flo. And I'm like, okay, I remember some boy came on ESPN dressed up with a grandma shirt on. I remember we were earrings. Yeah, this picture down here, earrings with the grandma hat with the shirt. And if you look at what he has on, like, you know he didn't come in with that. Like, I feel like it's like 4 a.m. They woke him up like, oh no, you can't wear that t-shirt like that. Like, we got a shirt, earrings, and a hat ready for you. $50. Now, 50 Cent, I was quite surprised because not only does he have a wig, but he has on lipstick and blush. You know what I mean? Like, he has makeup on. Method Man. And I'm like, well, what about Jay-Z? I ain't never seen Jay-Z in a wig. And then there's an article about him wearing a woman's top. Like, this woman's jersey is Rodarty, and it's for women. It's women's clothing. So yes, it's confirmed. The jersey that Jay-Z had on, that's a woman's top. So like I said before, at some point in your career, you're gonna have to wear a wig, man. You're gonna have to wear some type of women's clothing, sir, if you want to progress in the music industry or the movie industry or the sports industry. You're gonna have to push certain agendas, mister. I never seen Drake. Okay, but Drake does it too. He wears wigs too. And so I'm like, dang, who the first rapper I ever seen wear a wig ever? Andre 3000. That's the first person I ever seen wearing wigs and dresses and skirts. I just thought about Dave Chappelle. And I don't even know why Dave Chappelle was tripping about wearing a dress because he already wore one in 92. So I don't really know what he was tripping about.
And that's what I'd look like if I was Rick James. Let me show you. That's what's gonna happen to your little ass in jail. Oh my God!
I'ma show you what type nigga I am, right? These niggas right here been bucking with me all night. I want y'all to come up here and fuck with me. Come on, let them niggas y'all up here. Y'all four, right? Yeah, all y'all come up here and fuck with a nigga. It's cool like that. You heard me? It's cool. I can take two of y'all.
Get on right there.
You and you. Come on, y'all come up
Y'all
here.
bullshit.
Black, get them up here. They been bucking with a nigga all night. I fuck with niggas too. I fuck with niggas too.
Yeah, I was on Media Takeout on World Star and shit. Yeah, Birdman fucked me. He fucked me in the ass for the deal. I'm gonna be real. Birdman fucked me for the deal, man. I suck Birdman dick. Rich Gang. This shit on my motherfucking face.
She over there dying.
I fuck Rich Gang I fuck Bird for the deal.
He ain't lying. You heard what Birdman said.
I fuck with niggas too.
He ain't lying. And so I started thinking about the internet, like who on the internet wear wigs? And I came across this dude. I'm not gonna lie, I've never seen none of his content ever. This is the first dude that popped up. Another dude, never seen none of his content popping up. Some of y'all mans right here. Look at this. Like, men just don't have wigs laying around the house. Like, who is sending y'all wigs? You know what I mean? Like, who is sending y'all wigs and telling y'all to put on wigs? Because no man just has a wig laying around his house unless it's his girl's wig. If you're living with your mama, then it's your mama's wig.
This nigga conducting traffic like he really was supposed to be out. Move to the right.
He had on the vest and
Who is giving y'all wigs and telling y'all to do what y'all, just do something with it. Make me laugh with it. And I was so tripping. Like, I did not know Desi Banks dressed up. I did not know. I've never seen this before in my life. I didn't know this. I didn't know this. So I'm like, damn, RDC? Who is getting y'all wigs and telling y'all to put these wigs on, huh? Lennar, like who? So it seems like to me, Hollywood is controlling the internet too.
So bitch, I'm fucking it threesome. Who is you fucking with? SCD.
I had all the hottest babes at Washington Heights all on my chisma.
Like if you want to get to a certain point on the internet, you might got to put this wig on. So everybody like, what about the white people? You ain't really showing nobody white. Home Alone, Macaulay Culkin. I've never seen this movie. I've seen this one though. Everybody seen Miss Doubtfire. I didn't know he was doing this. And this one right here killed me. Arnold Schwarzenegger is a pregnant man who disguised himself as a woman so he can hide in a woman's shelter. I've never seen this movie before. Didn't even know it existed. But obviously they've been planting these seeds in our head for a long time and we don't even know it. And it doesn't matter if you're a nobody or a somebody to us. At some point in your career, you have to wear a dress. I want the black people to see that it's not just black men dressing up in dresses. The white men have to do it too. So really ask yourself, man, do you really want to be famous? Do you really want to wear a wig? Or a dress? Or be sodomized? Or be publicly humiliated? Is that your dream? To be a woman?